Hi and welcome to the channel where we are roleplaying and storytelling in Crusader Kings 3. We are currently in a war helping our brother who we recently put on the throne of Aquitaine. He had a claim for it from his mother and he is now a weak king, and we are his ally and doing what we can to help him keep his crown. He is in a war with Mercia that I think he inherited from the former king. So the Mercians didn't declare on my brother, they declared on the king before him, but when he became king he had to defend against them. That war is almost won, but he is now in a dissolution war where one of his strong vassals here are trying to dismantle the kingdom. And we are going down there to help him win this. And unless some other allies join in this, we should have no problem with it. I noticed that the Holy Order is free for us to hire. Will cost us some piety. We have the piety, so we will spend it to get those fierce religious true vikings to fight for us against the Christians. Here we go. They really should be commanded by their grandmaster. And let's send our best troops from Mercia down to France to help my brother here and keep this army on the siege. They are made up by levies and our onagers, because we still need 2% more war score to win against Mercia. And we don't want to let go of our advantage. Oh, some other people joined this dissolution war, so it's good that we're going down there to reinforce. One of my new concubines, this Basque girl, is pregnant. Here comes the Holy Order, and they are going to attack the Mercians there. She looks like a good call. Chase them down. Yeah, we won this, and my brother got golden prestige for it. I got a bit of it myself, but that is a good thing. Now we can focus on this dissolution war here. Calls for Eldgyt to be declared Nithing. It's my riksgård and court jester, mayor, who wants to call Eldgyt, one of my concubines, a Nithing. Let's see what this is about. A parade of important locals from Lödöse have spent the day trooping through my halls, each one with a unique grievance against my concubine Eldgyt. Some complain about her behavior, others her honor, but all agree on one thing: she is a disgrace to the court. The unwashed masses call for nothing less than a declaration of Nithing, casting her out. My riksgård insists that her behavior is actually quite pious, but the snarling burghers claim Mare simply doesn't have to deal with the consequence of such quote-unquote virtue. So Mare is defending my concubine Eldgyt from a rabble of locals who thinks her impious. She is shy, generous and vengeful. There's really nothing in her person to suggest that she has done anything wrong, and as far as we know, she hasn't done anything wrong either. So let's see. I can go with the right, she must be banished, or I can cry peasants, Eldgyt is blameless. And Västgötland gain harbor local Nithing, which will decrease popular opinion. Or I can go with this isn't a matter for the king. Well, I think the king, had he been in love with Ildrid or had a very high opinion of her through the storytelling or something, he would have gone with the second option. But now she's quote unquote just his concubine. She's a woman, he keeps her around, he don't mind her, but he really thinks that this isn't a matter for the king, because he's impatient. He's in a war now, he's got better things to deal with than stupid peasants. He will definitely not go for this and banish her. Let's march our armies down to Barcelona and see what we can do to help our brother. Oh, here is... I almost marched them right in the arms of the enemy. It's not good. Let's see what these Barcelona forces here are up to. We are in a good defensive position here in the mountains. They are going there. They're probably trying to... Maybe they will try to go around somehow. So, Chieftain Haraldur. He's the son, he's a prince of Denmark. Married my daughter. So our strong, long-term alliance with Denmark is continuing. The friendship between the House Korp and the House Sigurdur has been going on since very early on in this series. So I sent my siege army the long way around. They are gonna try and go for Barcelona, but we will keep an eye on these because they're probably gonna try and go for my brother's capital, these Barcelonans here, and we will try and see if we can stop them. Oh, it looks like we can catch them there. Who is in charge of the vanguard? It's Jarl Åsbjörn of Småland. He is a good commander, but he's the best. He's a flexible leader. Yeah, I think I will go with him. And then here is one of our siege commanders. He's not the best for this. Let's lead this reinforcement army myself. The king is a man who likes to lead and take part in the battles himself. He is a Viking and a berserker. So let's go catch them there. Oh, I lost my high almoner as well. Yeah, we are catching them and we should be winning this even without reinforcements, and yes we are. It's great. What is this small army doing here? That's 30 men. I won't spend time and effort chasing them down. Let's see if we can hunt down this army when it flees. Let's split our forces up a bit and see if we can catch them. A secret exposed. Let's start with I have swayed Duke Harald. Does he like me now? Yeah, reasonably so. Probably could convert him, but I don't think it's... If it was... if I was playing for myself to do as good as I can with the game, I would have tried to convert him to our fate, but it's not in my cynical king's personality to force convert people, at least not dukes. He can do it with courtiers because he realizes that it's better for peace and quiet at the court if there's not a lot of Catholics and pagans of different religions going about sowing discontent and arguing about religion. But with a duke, he respects his right to choose himself what faith he professes himself to. But here is a secret exposed. A secret truth has reached the light of day. My brother, Chieftain Sven, has had an extramarital affair with my vassal, Chieftain Asta. How could he defile the sanctity of his marriage? So it's this Asta Bersidottir. She, a long time ago, during the reign of my father, King Frey, we noticed that Asta, she was married to this brother Stake, and she was lovers with his brother. And we thought it funny, and now it seems like Asta here, she has a healthy appetite in the bedchamber, let's call it that. And now she's having an affair with my bastard brother Svein, who is chief of Hördaland. He founded his own bastard house, Örn. What does the king think of this? Well, he, unlike his father, he's not a lustful man. He's a deviant, but not overly lustful. So his father applauded this kind of behavior. But Starkadr here, I think he is not a moralizer, and he's not a prude. So he will not throw them in prison for this. He will go with this accusation on naught but malice and lies. And what do we have up here? I can take a new lifestyle perk. I can get August, which is great. It will increase my prestige gain, my diplomacy and my martial. Excellent. Oh, and here are some raiders. They always take the opportunity when my armies are far, far away. Well, it's a smart thing to do, really. I can't really blame them for it. But the war down in France is more important than dealing with these people, sadly. So we'll have to take care of this first. Let's go siege Barcelona here. And let's keep an eye on what happened with that enemy army that retreated. I lost some devotion, probably because I didn't throw my brother and Chiefess Asta in prison. Let's leave them no reprieve. See if we can hunt them down. Oh, my concubine Asona has given birth to Rodgeir. He is quick. May you grow to be strong and wise, my son. Yeah, it looks like we're catching them again here in the woods. And I will win decisively. I have all the advantages here in this battle. So we shall definitely go for this. Yes, we are crushing them at the Battle of Mimizan. Did we actually wipe their army out? Kinda looks like we did. This war shouldn't be long for then. I capture Count. He's worth 50 and can only afford 23, so let's hold him in prison for a while longer. What are these? Populist uprising. I am not in a war with them. But my brother is, so let's go deal with that, because even though we are not at war with these populists, we are hostile to them and we can engage them. And we will. My brother is calling me to join in the Occitan Catholic uprising. I will accept. Duke Harald created an independence faction against me. I thought that you couldn't create factions if you were on the council, but maybe that was in CK2. That puts things in a different light. Attacking him for his crimes against fashion, is that something I would consider doing? It's a stewardship challenge. Not really good at stewardship, so maybe I will not do that. That's a fun one though, accused of violating sumptuary law. I will see about learning that later. I will raise tribal authority. My father never considered raising tribal authority, although he definitely could have and should have if I was playing the game to play as best as I could. But my father was, he didn't really believe in authority. He was raised when all of Scandinavia was independent jarldoms, and he really preferred it that way, but times were changing and he had to the choice was between bending the knee to a king or become king himself, and he chose to be king. But that being said, he always believed that the tribes should rule themselves as independently as possible. But Starkadr, he has been brought up a prince in a kingdom, so he sees things in a different light, and he thinks that the crown should be stronger. He will raise this tribal authority. And I could now imprison Duke Harald here, but I don't have a very high chance of doing it, so I will wait for it. As long as... because I think my other vassals, they like me quite a lot, so I don't think they will join in his foolish enterprise there. I should try to do some swaying. Let's sway Rikulf here. Westmanland spared. It's this Estonian king. We have been at odds with him before. Despite successfully besieging the settlement of Västerås, a fortification protecting swaths of Greater Westmanland, King Karen has restrained his troops. The resulting looting has been isolated and sporadic. Though your vassal has been spared, the Estonian eye your personal domains hungrily. So he spared Jarl Tyke here, and I lost some prestige because I'm unable to defend my lands from these Estonian raiders. We have, ever since my father's reign, we have a hostile relation towards Estonia. We'll keep that in mind for later. Oh, another concubine is pregnant. It's Huld. And we won the Catholic uprising war for my brother. That is good. And now let's go and speed up some sieges. They are trying to raise a new army here. I hope it's not a big one, because we're almost done with the siege of Barcelona, and that should give us a lot of war score. Yes, we took Duchess Clara. I really would like to be able to give her to my brother, because I wonder, when he makes peace, will she be released? I could execute her, and then her son would inherit. Well, now let's see what happens. I will keep her in my dungeons, and she'll probably be released when my brother makes peace. So we won against the Catholics, that is good. And our Jomsvikings are catching the enemy trying to raise a new army, beating them. That's also good. Let's go beat down on this army here as well. My son learned language. Great, son. Can you study a new language? Let's have him study Dutch. Yeah, that's great. My brother imprisoned her for rebelling. That is good, brother. You are now, you are starting to, you have a decent sized force. Maybe he can revoke a title and take some lands for himself. Let's ransom this major, and this count will have to get some more money together before. Who is this? Ragnhilde. She's my daughter, and she can marry. Can we get some good alliances for this? I could marry her to my nephew, but we're already allied with my brother there, so it's better if he can marry his son for an alliance himself. I could ally this chief of Volin here. He is quite strong. Well, he was the one who founded the Jomsvikings. He looks like a really strong Norseman. Let's marry my daughter sister, well, who was... she must have been married before. She my firstborn. Yes, she was married to the Prince of Denmark. What happened to him? Let's take a look. I think, it was Chieftain Haralder here. He died from complications of failed treatment. What does this mean for my alliance with Denmark? I am no longer allied with Denmark. Well, maybe our alliance has come to an end. Because they do hold some territory that should be ours, and maybe my wife, Princess of Denmark, feels that she should rule, not her brother. That could be something for us to look into. But for now then, let's get my daughter married to this chieftain here. He has a lot of men, even though he only holds this one county here. And despite our armies, they are costing us a lot. Yeah, so we'll have to... some kind of war here. It is my nephew. He is defending against... Oh, it's his vassal, the bishop, rebelling. Looks like he's winning that one. And he's defending in an artifact claim war against a chiefess. I wonder what artifact he has that she wants. But anyway, he's not strong, but doesn't look like... Because I'm afraid that this Duke Haralder here will... He is much stronger, so he might try to take my nephew's lands, and I really want our house to... And Audur's son, my sister and best friend's son, to keep his lands here. Yeah, I wanted to do this commission epic. I can do this through my diplomacy lifestyle, and it's really fitting, I think, because when he was a boy, he was into learning and reading and writing, but his father forced him to focus on diplomacy instead. But his true passion lies in learning lifestyle, and sitting down working on a family epic is something that he would be interested in. And our house has now grown big and strong, so it's only fitting that we write down our family's history. I really, when Frey died a couple of episodes back, I ended the episode with a kind of chronicle of his reign. So if you're new to the channel and you want to catch up without checking out the playlist and watching all the previous episodes, you can go check out the episode a couple of episodes back. I don't remember which one exactly, but the name should, if you check the playlist, the name of the episode should suggest that it's called Chronicle or something like that, and it's the episode before the one called A New King, when Starkadr takes the throne. It really summarizes his father's time on the throne, and there's some nice music to listen to as well while the chronicle rolls, and I try to mumble my way through it, reading. Well, that being said, if you want, you can go check out the playlist. There should be some interesting stuff there, but I'm really not too proud of my earlier episodes. I think I'm actually getting better at this as time goes, so you decide for yourself. Anyway, we're gonna commission an epic. Time to start composing. Will cost me 50 gold, but I will gain prestige and hopefully something more from this family epic. What I need is a classic tale of the grandeur of my family, a song about the origins of the Korp dynasty and how we are destined for greatness. I only need someone who knows how to tell a story. So I can go with Sigurdur, the accomplished storyteller, or gather some of my best bards. Or surely any lowly stable boy can do, and I will go with this one. I really want to go with the expensive option here, but it's really bad to go into deficit, and this will cost me 100 gold. Maybe I should have waited with this until I had more money. Or maybe I should, had it been Frey, Starkad's father, I would have said, oh, on second thought, and I would have gone and got some more money. But now he's impatient, and he got the idea in his head that he's gonna create this family epic. So I will go with the second option here. I will gather some of my best bards. And then we really need more money, so let's raise our armies and go raiding while we commission this epic. Family epic perspective. My bards have started working on my family epic, but they are already running into trouble. They cannot agree what the story should focus on, with every bard coincidentally insisting that their own area of responsibility should be the most emphasized one. We do not wish to impose, my lord, but you have to settle this before we tear each other to shreds. So I can focus on my dynasty's ancestral claims, which will give me claims on neighboring titles. I should focus on me and my destiny, and give me more prestige. It is a family history, so be generous, with more renown. Or tell the story as truthful as possible. No, I will go with it's a family history. It shall tell the story of the great House Korp. Here are my raiders, so who shall we raid? I would like to, let's go and say hello to our old friends. We haven't visited Brittany in a long while. Prematurely, my concubine Hold lost her child. That is too bad. Not that I need more children, I have a lot, but it's always sad when a child isn't born, I guess.